All right, it looks like this thing's on. Oh, all right, still getting used to the camera. All right, so welcome. I am Max Deadlift, and we are going to be deadlifting today. I was going to make a video and decided if there was any editing involved, I would never get around to it. So you're just working out with me today. All right, we got the rack set up. Today is deadlift day, so we're going to get it set up. We got this. I'm just going to level this up to 135 because it's easier to do it while it's up here instead of on the floor. All right, let's start warming up. Heavy doubles today, so warming up to that. Do a couple at 135, one or two at 225, and we'll just scale up from there. For the record, this is all I'm doing for a warm-up. I got stiff joints, but you do not need to stretch or Bosu ball or foam roll or any of that crap beforehand. Just a couple of reps with the bar. Up to 315. I'm gonna move the camera back a little bit. I know I'm going out of frame a lot. There we go. We're up to 405. This is where I'm going to get my belt and chop going. So I've got the weight loaded. Got my belt. If you check out my list, you can find a link to get your own. We'll chalk up a little bit. This is going to be my last warm-up set. All right, now we're going to move to working weight. Doing doubles at 445. So we're up to 425. 35. And 40. Here, let me move this a little more. There we go. That should be okay. All right, I'm going to use straps for this. One. Gotta put clips on. All right. Oh, we're stuck on a shit. There we go. So that was working set number one. Oh, gotta take a breather for about a minute here. We got a total of 5 working sets today. We're gonna start with 4 sets of 2, and then the 5th set is going to be as many reps as possible. So shoot for about 12 on that last rep. We're 1 down. Let's see. Probably no shot. Feels a little weird talking while you're out of breath, but working out. So I guess that's part of the territory. You guys are just gonna have to deal with it. Whew. Did not start my timer. There we go. Gonna give it about a minute to take a breather before it's starting the next set. Well, rest period between sets is a good time to think about your next set, or just stare off into space and dissociate. My preferred method. All right, that's a minute. Let's put the camera back. Start to move a little easier. Let me just instead of moving the camera every time, there we go. I'll just put my bench here. Let's start another timer. So each set's moving a little easier than the last, which is good. Today we've got deadlifts, we've got pause squats, got snatch grip deadlifts, and barbell rows. I'm probably going to move right from deadlifts to snatch grip just because the bar is already on the floor and I'm too lazy to unload the weight, pick it back up, squat, bring the weight back down, that sort of thing. So we're just going to do all my floor movements up front, and then we will squat to finish her off. All right, that's another minute. Well, I got 3 sets, so 1 more double after this, and then we'll move into the AMRAP. So normally when I'm working out, I've got music going, and it's pretty loud. I gotta admit, it's awkward talking to a camera, especially when no one else is there. But I suppose if this is gonna be something, I have to get used to it. So I'll just pretend somebody's there for the time being. All right, that's a minute. Last set of 2. All right, so I got 4 sets under my belt so far. Like I said, next one's as many reps as possible. So I'm going to take a little bit longer of a rest period between this one because it's not just 2 I'm going for. Shooting for as many as I can get, which on paper, I'm shooting for 12. We'll see if I get that far. Whew. If you're lucky, you might catch me shitting my pants during this one. I don't know. I don't know. Would that be lucky? Okay. So I've got a 5-minute timer set. I might not sit the whole 5 minutes. I'm just kind of wait until I feel good. My breathing returns to a normal rate, and then I will re-chalk up and let it rip. So this is in the program I'm on. It's like week 12. It's the Bull Mastiff lifting program from Alexander Bromley. It's like 3 3-week blocks for base, and then 3 3-week blocks for a peak phase. So what's that? Total of 18 weeks. I have just entered peak, the second peak phase this week. So this is week 1 of 3 of peak 2, which if you don't have the Excel tracker, I suppose doesn't mean a whole lot to you. Just know I usually get more volume in than this. This is kind of, like I said, that peak phase. So it starts off with a lot of volume. And over the next 3 weeks, it's going to be heavier weights, less and less volume as we work up to a hopefully new max. I'm hoping to hit 600-pound pull by the end of this. So fingers crossed. We'll keep working on it. And it's not just a deadlift program. We've also got, the standard bench squat. Tomorrow's overhead press. Might do this again tomorrow. From a live standpoint, might not. We'll see how it goes. All right. There's 3 minutes. I'm going to re-chalk up, and I think we're just going to go for this thing. Let's make sure the camera's pointing so you can check this set out in all its glory. I'm chalky now. All right. Psych up a little bit. All right. Three more. Breathe for a little bit after that one. I've seen it. So, hitting the 12. MRAP's a little tricky with big movements like the deadlift, because I probably could have gotten another rep or two in on that one on one hand, but on the other hand, it's a heavy compound movement, and you don't want to redline those too hard, especially because you have to recover for squats again on Monday. So usually I like to stop with maybe a rep or two in the tank. Or if I can feel my form starting to grind, that's when I'll call it. That way I'm not fucking myself up or something. So I'm going to catch my breath here. And then we've got snatch deadlifts coming up after this, which I'm just going to do that with 405. So taking a little bit of the weight off the bar. And it's going to be 4 sets of 5. We'll see how that feels. We'll see how the first one feels. 405 doesn't sound that heavy when you're planning it before the lift, but then after doing a little bit of pulls, it starts to feel a little heavier. So we'll see how set number 1 goes. But theoretically, it should be 4 sets of 5 at 405. That's going to be a snatch grip, so it's going to be a wider grip. So it kind of equals me deadlifting from a bit of a deficit. The wider grip lengthens the range of motion. And it also puts more of an emphasis on your upper back, which helps you keep position during your regular deadlift a little better as you strengthen those muscles and just become more aware of what your back is doing during the movement. All right. So I'm starting to be able to talk like a normal human again, which is cool. I'm gonna start moving those plates. All right, so the bar has been stripped down to 405. Just gonna take a couple more breaths before starting my snatch pulls. So, one of the cool things about having a home gym is I've been lifting with this equipment since December of 2018. So we're coming up on 6 years. Probably total investment in equipment's been like $900 over the course of that 6 years. But if you take into account gym membership, it's like what, $50 a month just as a baseline. I'm sure you could find them cheaper, you can find them more expensive, but you're looking at $600 a year for a gym membership in that case. And that's just for you. If you've got a family or someone you want to come with you, it's gonna add to that. So it's gonna get more expensive more quickly. This gym paid for itself in 2 years. With that logic. And not only does it save money, it was nice during COVID when everything was shut down. Everyone else was getting small. I was still out here ripping somewhat adequate lifts. Well, at least putting that COVID bod at bay. So it's nice to just be able to lift whenever you want, especially if you're working full time. It's hard to change, get your ass from the office to the gym, and then shower off and commute back to the office from the gym. If you can work from home like I do, that's ideal. You can just come down. It's office is literally upstairs. I just walk down my stairs and I can get a lift in. So it really eliminates a lot of the logistics and excuses that stand between you and actually exercising. So if you've got, what is this, like 4x8 platform, if you've got 32 square feet in a garage or somewhere in your home, it's definitely a worthwhile investment. All right, that's 5 minutes. Let's start doing these nasty snatch deadlifts. So that didn't feel light. Let me scoot more. Light by any means, but I think I'm going to be able to get out all 4 of those sets. So that was set 1. Probably going to rest about 90 seconds here. And there's nothing magical about 90 seconds between sets. Take as much time as you need. I just have a 5-minute timer set on my watch, and it's more convenient just to do 2 90 seconds and a 2-minute rest for breaking these sets up than it is to reset the timer on the watch every time you need a different time configuration. So just wait till you feel fresh enough to try again, see how your breath's doing. It's usually a pretty good clue that you're ready to start again. How far are we? We're 24 minutes in, not bad. So 24 minutes in, I've already got my warm up and my main working set in. Everything past this is dessert. All right, that's a minute and a half. Halfway there. And I'm sorry, I forgot to move the camera for that one. What a rank amateur, right? What else can I talk about while I'm waiting? So, some of you might be wondering why I'm wearing straps for this. And the fact of the matter is just thumb grip sucks. You can do it. You might call me a pussy for not wanting to do the thumb grip, but I don't want to do the over under grip with this kind of, volume, and I don't want to switch every other set to make sure I'm even. It's puts different strain on your bicep tendons, having your over under grip. And I know I'm not pulling heavy enough to really worry about it, but I've got the strap, so I might as well. It's not grip day, it's back day, posterior chain day. I'll do other more grip specific stuff tomorrow, but your body won't lift what your hands can't grip, right? So I don't want fatigue or a tired grip to be the limiting factor in deadlifts and whatnot today. So we're just going to use the straps. Oh, just like that. Whew, it's another 90 seconds. Let's actually move the camera this time. There we go. All right, that's 3 by 5. Take a 2-minute break, and we'll finish this one up. So I know I was just talking about some of the perks of a home gym. We'll admit it has its drawbacks. Like I said, it's been 6 years that I've been working out in my garage. So that means I've been lifting alone, for 6 years, which on one hand is cool because I'm the biggest guy in my gym. But on the other hand, I haven't had a gym bro in all that time either. So it does get a little lonely, and there's no one there to push you but yourself. So it probably does take a little bit of discipline to just show up and lift when you're not feeling like it in a home gym. A little more than it would take, you had your buddy texting you and calling you a pussy for skipping. There's no one here to call me a pussy for skipping, so I don't have that to help me out. Whew. About 30 seconds left. It might take a little bit more time than that, but it's okay. It's not a race. Whew. A lot of mouth breathing, I know. We're going to give it another second. Just let some of this lactic acid clear from my butt cheeks. And with these assistance exercises, you just do the sets and reps as prescribed. There's no AMRAP or, you always want to do a little more, but you're not looking to PR every week with these assistance exercises. Just it's the entire point of them. You can get a stimulus with less weight. So they're there to help your main lifts. So you go all out on your main lifts.
And then the assistant ones are there to help you get more exposure to the movement pattern with a lighter weight to address, weaknesses in the main lifts. They're there to help them get better. They're not an event all in themselves. All right, let's do this last one. There's 5. Excuse me. Sometimes the hardest part of all this is just getting the clip off. So, next one. This is really what I should be finishing on, but bar's already on the floor. I've already given my logic onto my laziness there. So, we're going to do barbell rows now. Got 225 on the bar. Shooting for about 5 sets between 8 to 12 reps. So, we'll get started on those in a minute. This is usually where I start to come off is really gassed. There's something about upper body movements like this that get your heart rate way up, and they just at least they tax me a little bit more cardiovascularly than a deadlift or something. But we'll just catch our breath for a minute here. What time is it? Well, making decent time. So I got about 20 minutes left, and I've still got a squat. So we may be shying more towards the set to 8 than the 12. We'll see how it goes. Remember, I still got to finish this, and then I got 4 sets of squats. So it's assistance work. Good stimulus. Better than doing nothing. But I've accomplished my main goal for today, so everything else is just a bonus. And if you're working a full-time job and you got a family and whatnot that you got to spend time with, like, you get your work done, and you think of it that way. You get done what you need to get done, and then whatever else you can, have after that main lift is a bonus. So be thankful for it. You might not always be able to hit it all, but as long as you can prioritize and make a little bit of time for it, you're still in pretty good shape. All right, I think I'm in a good spot. Let's move the camera again. So we got 10, not bad. So a little more casual about these. And you'll see a lot of people doing barbell rows differently. Sometimes you'll see people with lightweight and they're just like a robot with their form, paying attention to, full extension, slow contraction, and then letting it down slowly on the eccentric portion of the rep. They're trying to maximize time over tension and feel that makes them grow. That's fine. I'm not going to pull like that. I'm more in the Mark Rippetoe starting strength camp where I think the barbell row is a heavy muscle building exercise. It shouldn't be done for a bunch of reps. And it's okay to have a little bit of body English on it because you're theoretically using heavy ass weights on it, right? I know I said that and I'm only rowing 225, so I shouldn't be using the term heavy ass weight, but here we are. It's supposed to be a heavy movement. And even Arnold cheated sometimes, so there's that. Like I said, though, these gas me. Let's do 10 more. Whew, there's 10. Might get a lightweight out of me yet. Check myself out. A little bit. If I was less fat, that would be cool. All right. About 30 more seconds till the next one. All right, let's do this. A lot of work from the floor today. It's good for you, though. Nice character. Two more. Three. I think that's 3. Whew. This might be something I come back and time lapse for a video later. You know, speed up all the parts where I'm actually lifting, or just sitting here breathing. And we'll slow down if I have some dumb point to make. I don't know. Note to self. Future Max, take care of this. All right. About 15 seconds, we'll assume the position, wait for the watch to beat. Hold my britches. Here's a cue. Whew. So, like I said, after this, there's going to be some squats. They're not going to be heavy. They're not going to be impressive. Just kind of a 4 sets of 5 again. RPE is 6, so just kind of a warm up. But it is a pause squat, so I'm gonna go down, pause in the bottom position for a second or two, and then drive back up. It's more meant to help with movement pattern, bar path, and just maintaining tension throughout the entire lift than it is about moving heavy weight. So that's kind of the point of these squats that are about to come up. Full disclosure, I still got some pretty aggressive DOMs from Monday's squat session, so that's probably a fourth reason on here is break up a little bit of that soreness, get some circulation in the area, and hopefully help recover for Monday next week. If you're sore after a workout, sitting on your ass is not the best way to deal with it. Get up and move. It's 2 minutes. All right, 10 and you're done. All right, come on. So this is the part. All right. It's part of the video where the wedding ring goes back on. Sorry, I'm taken. But in all seriousness, don't wear a ring while you're deadlifting or doing pulling movements if you can help it. My experience has shown me that they will bend. My wife was actually deadlifting once with her ring on, and it bent the shit out of the band. And a couple of the diamonds on the side fell off, and had to take it in to get it repaired, and that was not fun. It was expensive. That's the moral of the story. So just take your ring off, put it somewhere safe, wear a silicone ring, something. Gold is a fairly soft metal. And you'll also notice while I'm stalling, because I don't really feel like squatting, putting my shoes on. I've been barefoot through this whole session because I like to pull barefoot. It shortens the range of motion ever so slightly, and it just helps me feel more in contact with the ground, which helps to divert power. So that's why I like to do pulling motions barefoot. I usually bench and press barefoot as well, but as most people in the Western Hemisphere, I've spent a good deal of my life in a chair at a desk. So my range of motion is not what I would like it to be for the squat. And the shoes help with that. They help raise your heel a little bit, which helps you get into the squat position more readily. Helps with your leverages a little bit sometimes, and really just one of the added benefits is on the squat. My feet are sweaty by now. It's going to help prevent me from slipping and sliding with a heavy load on my shoulders. So, that's why shoes are suddenly coming on. I can deadlift in shoes, but past couple months of doing it barefoot, I just have come to the realization that barefoot is better for me. All right, let's get some squats in. Well, let's see if I can get it even all the way down in the down position today. Like I said, a little stiff and sore still. Take a few to get in the groove. Okay. So, full disclosure, pants are cutting down my range of motion a little bit. They're tight. Did not realize that. I've never squatted in these before. Let's unzip the bottom a little bit. Maybe that'll free me up a little more. There you go. Those tiny bird calves. Whew. Got about 4 minutes left. It's going to be a buzzer beater, but I think we can make it. 3 sets left. Actually, in that spirit, let's just go right into the next set. All right, that's another minute. 5 more. Woo! Lightweight. And that's what everyone came here for. I can say everyone. Well, that's funny. All right. So we're at 54 minutes. That's gonna be success. A couple minutes behind for finishing at one's plan, but I'm gonna chalk that up to figuring out the camera settings on here. To those who aren't in the know, YouTube does not let you live stream from the mobile app unless you have 50 subscribers. I've got one. It's me. It's my other account. But you can do it all you want from a desktop scenario. So what I did is I just went to the desktop page on my phone and let me do it that way. There were just a couple settings to figure out. But if you're just starting and you don't have a desktop and you just want to live stream, you don't have that 50 followers yet, just open up the desktop page in Chrome on your phone and you can make that work. Whew. One set left. 5 more reps, and then we are done. Whip crack with a scruffy tail, and the beast was stunned. And we said nay. We are but men. Rock. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa, hold on, whoa. This is not the greatest song in the world, no. This is just a tribute. Couldn't remember the greatest song in the world, no. This is a tribute. Oh, 3. Last rep. All right. That's a wrap. Thank you for hanging out with me. Whew. This is Max Deadlift, and this was Thursday's workout. Catch you next time.